Okay, so for this video, I want to talk about Three Fingers Wack100 and how he lined up Luce Cannon to get arrested by the federales. And so I want to explain. So one of the things that Luce Cannon is locked up for right now is for the Great No Jumper Brawl of 2024. This is when Luce Cannon was seen on video buffaloing some guy in the head with slam, and he forced him to take an unexpected nap, and then he ran his pockets and disrobed him and left him naked for dead. What? This is the Great No Jumper beatdown, but this is in the indictment. This is what Luce Cannon is in trouble for right now. And what they're saying is on the internet, people are saying that Wack Three Fingers lined this whole thing up and used Luce Cannon to beat up someone he didn't like. And now Luce Cannon is in jail for it. And Wack Three Fingers is parading around dry snitching on him, saying that it was all Luce Cannon, and this is basically telling. This is telling, guys.
Wack didn't run out on no bullshit.
Right, but the people that you invited are the ones who got involved in this bullshit. And from my perspective, this was all like a big PR thing. Because why was somebody filming before it even started?
Yeah, so someone was filming before it started, indicating that it was planned. Okay, so I want to explain this entire beating. So I guess Three Fingers Wack had a business deal for a low-budget TV show with these two guys, Travis Ford and Mozzie. And apparently Wack wanted to bring the 16 in on the deal because I think he wanted the 16 to help promote the show with his No Jumper platform. So he needed the 16. So they were going to have this meeting at the No Jumper building, just the four of them, Three Fingers Wack, Mozzie, Travis Ford, and the 16 of Nashua. It was supposed to be those four, but the meeting was canceled.
Mozzie canceled with Wack. Wack called me and told me not to show up.
And so what happened was this Jay Reed guy, the guy that got beat up at the No Jumper facility, he showed up to the meeting anyway. He says, I'm going anyways because he's got some business. He wants to do some business.
He tells him I'm going up there anyway. Right?
And so what happened was Jay Reed annoyed some people by overstepping and trying to like slither into a business dealing that he wasn't invited to. And so he was annoying Three Fingers Wack and Travis Ford and everyone. He's being a pest. And this is why people are saying that this was a setup. That Wack Three Fingers knew that Jay Reed was coming. Travis Ford probably told Three Fingers Wack like, hey, this guy's going anyways. This guy's out of control. And Wack was probably like, we gonna see about that. I got Luce Cannon. We gonna do the whole thing. And you know, Wack Three Fingers wanted to do some gangsta shit. What? But he's not a gangster, so he needed Luce Cannon. Does this make sense? I hope this is making sense. I want to actually go to a clip here before I get too carried away.
When I call him and say, yo, bro, what's up with this dude? Know what he tells me? He said, Wack, dude called me at 5:56 and said he on his way to No Jumper. And I said, why? Mozzie canceled with Wack. Wack called me and told me not to show up, right? I don't know this dude. All I know is Travis Ford and my owner, number 2. That's it. I don't know this dude, right?
So Wack Three Fingers says that he doesn't know Jay Reed. He's never heard of Jay Reed. He wasn't expecting Jay Reed to show up ever. But this is actually problematic because Wack Three Fingers actually did know Jay Reed. He knew exactly who he was. He's been in pictures with him. He's gone to dinner with him. He's been on the phone with him.
You in pictures with him, at dinner with him, and you on the phone call with him prior to No Jumper.
Man, I was just in Vegas with these dudes about 2 weeks ago. And, you know, you can see the picture up on about that, so.
20th, you see the date? There we go. See, that's everybody, right? Travis, Luce, Mozzie, Jay Reed in the back. I don't know this dude.
So Three Fingers Wack actually did know who Jay Reed was and likely knew he was coming to No Jumper that night because Travis Ford was notified by Jay Reed that he was going to No Jumper.
He said, Wack, dude called me at 5:56 and said he on his way to No Jumper.
And so it just doesn't make any sense to me that Travis Ford wouldn't then relay that message to Wack and say, hey, Jay Reed's on his way up there anyways. It doesn't make any sense. I believe that Travis Ford did in fact do that and that Wack knew that Jay Reed was coming. And it also kind of sounds like they were waiting around for him to show up.
He does what he always does. I got to get home before the baby goes to sleep. We come out here, laugh, joke, bullshit, shoot a game of pool, then we get on.
But either way, this is where the story stops making sense. Listen to this.
As soon as I saw them heads, I say, bro, whoever that is, get them out of here. When you leave, bro, I don't let nobody in this building. If you're here and it's cool, then it's cool. Donnie will tell you, as soon as they walked in, I didn't even get a chance to see. I said, yo, whoever that is, tell them wait outside, bro. I don't know if it's some loose people or what.
So when Three Fingers Wack is just systematically snitching on Luce Cannon, just blaming the whole thing on him, and he's like telling these lies like he didn't know who Jay Reed was, like he didn't have dinner with him the other day.
Just tell him wait outside, bro. I don't know if it's some loose people or what. So when you called, and said it's 2 people in the back.
In the front, really.
Or wherever they was at, you know my people. My people, when I get here, they're here. If you ain't here when I get here, I ain't f***ing with you. So I don't send my people out. I say, Luce, whoever out there, maybe they're your people, go check. So he goes out. They motion for me to come over there. Dude is saying some shit like, motherfuckers think they all that, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, but when it come to this white boy, culture vulture, he get to this, all this crazy shit, right? I make the decision not to respond. You know why? I respond, Adam, who respond? You been around my team long enough to know they disciplined. They ain't finna do shit unless I do some shit. I'm not saying I ain't tell myself, I'm gonna fuck your ass up, just not right here. I ain't trying to hear what you saying. Luce says, so you came up here for content. He says back to Luce, whatever, cuz how you want to put it, on gangster. Luce says, nigga, this on neighborhood, okay? In this jungle, Adam, anything gangster crip, anything neighborhood crip.
Wow. Okay, so this Pyru is on this podcast narrating gang-related crime. I mean, this is insane. Why is he doing this? It's almost like he wants Luce Cannon to get investigated. Seriously, what is the point of discussing this on this show? If Wack 3 Fingers is so hot under the collar from all the pressure from the interrogation of the 16, imagine what he would give to the cops. I think Wack 3 Fingers is an informant at this point. And a point I wanted to make is that Luce Cannon already made a video snitching on himself for this exact thing, this exact beating, but he gave a different story that didn't involve any type of gangbanging. And so I'm thinking, like, is Wack just trying to add gangbanging to the story because he knows the feds are watching? Could it be that Wack 3 Fingers is trying to make this appear gang related so that the feds investigate this as part of the RICO? What? I don't know. It makes sense if you think about it. And so I'd like to play you guys a clip of Luce Cannon's version of the event.
Wack was like, no, I don't know who they are. So I'm like, oh, I don't know, but let me go out and holler at him. So I walk out, and he was like, man, I got a problem with Wack. I'm like, you got a problem with Wack about what? Yeah, I just got a problem with him. I'm like, you do? So I called Wack over there. Wack, come over here. Dude was like, man, you running this type of content and stuff like that. And Wack was like, what content? Wack pulled out his phone. Once Wack pulled out the phone, he was like, oh, this content? And then the dude was like, everything is not content. I said, you right. So, y'all see the results. Smack. Let's get to it. How far do y'all expect me to go?
So Luce Cannon's version is that he knocked the guy out because he said he had a problem with 3 Fingers Wack. That's very interesting. So 3 Fingers Wack left that part out of his version. He didn't want the narrative to be that Luce Cannon was knocking people out on his behalf. So he changed the story and said that there was gangbanging involved, and that's what motivated Luce Cannon to knock the guy out. And so this had nothing to do with any gangbanging. This was just 3 Fingers Wack trying to remove himself from any responsibility.
And firing on Jay Reed has absolutely nothing to do with on gangsters, on neighborhood.
That's what I think.
It has nothing to do with
so
that.
It sounds like 3 Fingers Wack pretty much made this up, this gang enhancement situation, and just made it up. And so he's not only snitching, but he's lie snitching. That's one of the more pathetic forms of snitching. And it gets kind of crazier when 3 Fingers Wack says that he basically stopped the situation from getting worse. Listen to this.
Y'all witnessed outside of no jumper. Did I do what I was supposed to do?
You didn't do anything.
No, bullshit. Oh, y'all got amnesia?
Oh,
don't do that. Don't do that.
Wow. So Wack 3 Fingers wants credit for stopping the beating, for saying, no, don't do that. Don't do that. He only, so here's the deal. He only started saying, no, don't do that after the gun came out. What? You can clearly see in the video, Wack 3 Fingers just standing there with his hands in his pockets watching the beating take place and didn't say anything until Slam got pulled out. And you're going to be able to tell when the tussle starts and when 3 Fingers Wack says, no, don't do that. Listen to this. So that was about 11 seconds of violence, and Wack just stood around with his hands in his pockets watching it happen. So I really have a huge problem with Wack Three Fingers telling on Luce Cannon on podcasts and, like, you know, explaining all this gangster activity on, you know, it's really unacceptable. He should sit there and shut the fuck up, especially because he was involved probably. He should shut the fuck up. But because of, and you know, this isn't the only thing that Luce Cannon is in jail for that Wack Three Fingers sort of lined up. The federales are actually using transcripts from a podcast that Wack Three Fingers brought Luce Cannon onto in order to get Luce Cannon to start, like, saying way too much about crimes. And this was how Luce Cannon got his start with his internet antics. This was his first, we hadn't seen, so this is the first time we have ever seen Luce Cannon was on this podcast.
I took Luce and set him on the side of me. When the light hit me, I made sure it hit him.
Yeah, I don't think I was that familiar with him before
you
brought him on the pod.
So Wack Three Fingers just brings on this nobody named Luce Cannon and starts getting him to tell on himself and others for the sake of getting Big U in trouble. Because Luce Cannon ends up implicating Big U in Nipsey Hussle's murder. Okay, so this is really insane. Look at this.
Yeah. But this crazy motherfucker calls me the other day. If I get some information or some content, I'm going to fry your ass up.
Yeah.
I said, nephew, this content I can't present. You got to present it because you ain't lied to me yet. He's behind a lot of shit that you've seen. You just didn't know it was him.
Okay.
We're going to tell you off camera.
What kind of stuff?
Just some shit. He's behind a lot of shit that if you see on YouTube, you just say no, it was him. So I know he ain't no bullshitter. Man, listen.
No, so
yeah, you gotta elaborate on this shit.
I got to, because at the end of the day, it's like dealing with, like, we about to go do something, hop out on something, and give you a gun that's empty.
Oh, he did that to you?
No, he did. Yeah,
oh, he did it to somebody else?
Oh, this nigga crazy. He really going.
Honey, okay.
So did you let him just take the 50 from you? You really didn't get a cut, or you waited to the next thing and just took more?
Yeah. No, he avoided me. Yeah. And then, like, one day.
You know why he wanted to get a dude back to 40, right? Because he was going to make dude give him 20 for getting it back.
Of course.
And kept you out of it.
Of course. He did that to, when I did that to Meek Mills and Rick Ross.
What'd you do to them?
So,
the club, when you sweated them in the club?
Yeah.
Dude, and Meek and Rick have no idea that Draw sent you at him.
Yeah. No, yeah, they sent that because I called.
This really just sends a shiver down my spine watching Three Fingers Wack coaching Luce Cannon along, getting him to tell on him. I mean, this is crazy. So this isn't, how is this not third party snitching?
The homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey. And so I'm like,
wait. You get a call from Big U telling you Nipsey just got killed.
Yeah.
You panic, call Nip. Nip answered the phone.
Yeah. And
you
like, we were just talking on regular. So it's like, at the end of the day, I didn't even think about it because
you don't even warn him that you got that call from dude.
No, because their relationship was so fucked up. They be hot one minute, then they be cold the next minute, and then they be lukewarm. Like, you
and
just
30
never
minutes after you get out the phone with Nip, he get killed.
Yeah, I got it.
So you think he hit you a little too early?
Yep, he hit me a little bit too early because the homie Shitty double back 3 times. You get what I'm saying?
So that was nuts. Wack Three Fingers sounds exactly like a police officer. Same speech patterns and everything. That's very, very interesting. So Wack Three Fingers brings Luce Cannon on, gets him to make all these wild and crazy claims in a display of self-snitchery. Then Luce Cannon starts getting attention from other people like DJ Snackademics.
Interview talking about what I did to Meek Mills.
Wait, you did something to Meek Mill?
Oh, Lord.
And, you know, I do find it interesting that TJ Academics is interested in interviewing Luce Cannon when he had this to say about LA gang members.
All the LA gangsters, I don't know what's going on in LA. Maybe they don't sell enough drugs being in these gangs. They don't get money. They're broke, okay? I'm sorry to say, LA gang members are fucking broke. The only way they know how to get money is podcasting. Most of them are unintelligible, illiterate, don't know how to have coherence, ideas, points, or even make sentences. And what they oftentimes realize the intrigue about them what usually is that? Is talk about crimes they've committed. So the whole LA podcast scene, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I think LA is a weird scene in general. Let me just be very clear.
No,
I really don't. I promise I don't know. It said y'all was trying to kidnap him. So explain that story. Wait, so how did you even come in contact with it? And I think supposedly there was a big you portion of it.
Yeah. So basically, so we caught him at the club where he was performing at.
So DJ Academics falls directly under the definition of culture vulture. He's capitalizing off of gang culture in LA, something that he despises, but he's just using it to get money, okay? And I always find it funny when DJ Academics talks about himself like he's this brilliant guy, like he's insanely smart.
You're the only street nigga that could keep up with me on the mic. That's a fact. I would talk circles around anyone if we had to get to an intellectual conversation.
He ain't that smart. I listened to him talk. He sounds like a fucking idiot. Seriously, what's up with again? Why does he say again like 5,000 fucking times? Listen to this.
And we're pull you to the side like, so I'm on YouTube, but again, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not, listen, again, if I'm exploiting,
well, here goes
and again, I know like Kanye is really interesting. Again, it's so passionate for him. And again, the optics on it. So I'm watching again. So you're trying to do a song with my daughter, but you wouldn't do one with me. Again, because in the past, and again, after seeing this indictment, don't you believe that not that the podcast was police, but even again.
Okay, so that was not very intellectual sounding at all. And I'm sorry if I can't respect anyone that says again this many fucking times.
What? Again, right? Because again. So again, yo, like again. So again, which again. Because again. So again, I'm again, no. I don't really get niggas locked up, right? I'm really a rat.
So Wack 3 Fingers gets Luce Cannon to say all this stuff on No Jumper, and all of a sudden he's getting booked on Academics' little podcast. He's going on he's got a whole media tour to talk about all this stuff, and it's all because of Wack 3 Fingers, right? Wack 3 Fingers himself takes credit for this. And so knowing what Wack 3 Fingers likely knows about the feds and the police, why would he encourage Luce Cannon to do this? If Luce Cannon was really his partner, why wouldn't he say, don't do that, don't do. Why is he saying go on DJ Academics and tell him the story? Why are you doing that? Is it because it furthers your agenda and you don't give a fuck if Luce Cannon gets locked up?
What?
That's what it sounds like. I mean, the guy just sounds like a cop. Like I said, his speech patterns, the things that he says, it just sounds very police-like.
I don't let people in my car. I don't know if you paid attention. I don't let dudes in my vehicle. People get in, they smell like marijuana. They may have warrants and shit. I know with me in there, I know what my situation is. So they gonna escort me back. I know they there with me. I can talk bullshit. We can pull over. I get woozy.
Wack 3 Fingers doesn't let people in his car because they may smell like marijuana and they may have warrants. That doesn't. So I won't let anyone in my car that doesn't smell like marijuana and doesn't have fucking warrants, because at least that way I can trust them and I know that they're not the fucking feds. So 3 Fingers, and I want to point out 3 Fingers Wack's been saying police stuff on podcasts for a long time. This isn't new.
He got some responsibility in getting, old boy killed that they love up there in the Bay. We ain't touched content on that, Adam.
So at the end of the day, Wack 3 Fingers likely did play a role in helping Luce Cannon provide evidence via podcast to self-snitch on himself. Wack 3 Fingers facilitated this and catalyzed the entire situation. So a lot of people are saying that Wack 3 Fingers sort of may have intentionally done this to get another rolling 60 put in the grinder. So that's the video, guys. Check out the Patreon. I'm getting ready to drop on the Patreon. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.